I don't know if you have ever heard this saying that it's impossible to tell one lie. That's not a lie. But please join me for a few moments after we consider this important question. Is it possible to tell just one lie in life? My name is Reverend Kwame Rubadiri, and you're watching CITAM Church Online. The story of Joseph in Genesis chapter 37 is one of the most interesting stories with regard to family. It's one of the most dysfunctional families in all of the Bible, perhaps in all of human history, but it speaks to families today. Now, one of the things that happened as a result of Joseph's brothers' hatred for him was that they conjured up this very elaborate scheme of what happened to him, how an animal came and attacked him and killed him, and how his bloodied coat was evidence that he was no longer alive. And they took that to their dad and said to him, "Is this your son's coat? Does this belong to anybody you know?" And of course, Jacob, the father, recognized that this was Joseph's coat, the coat that he had given him, and he says, "Something terrible must have happened to my son." Now, all the brothers knew that what they were doing was a lie. And nobody, not even the older brother Reuben, was willing to correct that situation in order to help alleviate their father's mourning and concern. In fact, the Bible records that as much as they tried to comfort him, he refused to be comforted. He said he was going to mourn his son's death until he himself died. Now, at that point, the brothers had two choices. One was to say, "Hey guys, we've taken this too far, let's tell Dad the truth." Or to maintain that by compounding that first lie with more lies. Now, sadly, we're very good at that in families. We don't want people to know our business. We don't want to know, people to know what's going on. So people ask you, "How's everybody at home?" Everybody's fine. Abuse might be taking place. It might be the most horrendous set of circumstances in one household that can be imagined, but we want to perpetuate the lie that everything is okay. One of the greatest problems with telling a lie is that you have to weave an intricate set of lies to sustain the first lie, and then to keep the second lie going, a third one. And I'm just wondering, how many lies have you had to tell through all of your life to protect not only yourself, but also protect your family? I think it's time, if you really want healing, if you really want restoration, to uncover and to tell the truth. To tell the truth about what's going on, to deal with what's happening in your heart and even in your home. One of the things that I had to do in dealing with the hurt even in my own family, we had tremendous level of dysfunction, was to be able to go and tell my dad that I was particularly pained and really upset about the way in which he treated my mother. I'm the oldest in the family, and as the firstborn son, I felt a sense of obligation to protect my mom. And I told my dad, I confronted him, and he basically told me that his life and his decisions were none of my business. And I felt that, well, I had no right, as it were, to go and tell our business to anyone else. So whoever asked me how things were going at home, I'd always say everything was fine, everything was going on well. And yet repeating that lie and carrying it on in my own life just led to more and more resentment and bitterness towards my father. And I realized that I had to take steps to correct that. Otherwise, it wasn't hurting him, it was much more devastating for me. And I remember the moment that I spoke to him and confronted him with how I felt and what he thought, that was the beginning of healing, because it took the burden off my mind and it took the burden off my heart and allowed me to begin to deal with him as an individual who needed help. And that's what I want to ask you to do. I want you to stop the track of lies. I want you to stop pretending that everything is okay so that you can really get the help that you need. Too many of our families in this nation cover up under everything going well, the wedding was beautiful, etc. But there's way too much abuse going on in the household. Nobody wants to talk about it. Or yes, we're making some money here and there, but the overwhelming burden of debt is beginning to eat up at everything we have sought to build. end the cycle of lies, because that will be the beginning of the first steps towards healing in your family. I know many of you would want to find solutions to many of these issues, even if it's just to talk to someone. And you're welcome to come and join us at CITAM Parklands. CITAM Parklands is on 2nd Parklands Avenue in Nairobi. We look forward to having you to come. Our motto at the church is, we are friends of Asia. So we have lots of wonderful Asian families that are a part of our ministry. And we have 2 services every Sunday, 8:30 and 11:30. And we're open every day of the week, Monday through Saturday. And we look forward to be able to be a help to you if you will come and join us. You're always welcome to find us online at CITAM ChurchOnline. It's really been a pleasure to share this time with you today.